America, how we doing today? We're back home. We're back in Texas. Left yesterday, drove down here, got home probably about midnight, 12:30, something like that. Got up this morning, thought, well, I better come out to the shop, check everything out. So I come out here to look it over, figuring I'd have to mow the yard, and nothing. The grass hasn't grown. Why? Because it's 110 degrees with no rain. Once it gets to a certain heat and water level, or lack of water, the grass kind of goes dormant, slows down, doesn't grow that much. So I figured I'd have to mow the yard, and I got out here and I don't. So anyway, what is it, about 8:30? 8:30, it's already about 85 degrees out. So hot Texas morning. It's supposed to get up to about 101 today. So I thought I better come out during the day, in the morning, mow this stuff, which I don't need to. And then when it gets hot, head back to the air conditioner. So, what am I going to talk about today? I guess I want to tell you, I don't know what I'm going to do. I got ideas. Don't know if I'm going to act on them or not. Let's see. What are some of the ideas? One idea is to sit around in the air conditioner and don't do much of anything until September, when fall harvest is ready. And Kirk calls us, hey, fall harvest is ready. Let's come on up and go to work. And I'll go back up there and help them on fall harvest. Okay. Oh, real quick. I had a few people, Stan, I thought you didn't have a job up in Kansas. You know, well, I didn't. Kirk hired a new guy named Ron to drive that blue truck full-time, year-round. See, I think he hired him in January, and he's been running that truck every day, well, Monday through Friday, hauling grain around the county, just local stuff, kind of like what I was doing last year. And he's a full-timer. He's a full-time driver now on that truck. So come harvest time, I come up, hey, get out of that truck, I'm going to drive it. No, Kirk's not going to do that to him. So I didn't have a job as far as truck driving. So what am I going to do? Well, probably grain cart. Well, he had another guy hired, part-time guy hired to do the grain cart. And he'd been working there for several months and was going to work up until, I think he's a college kid, he's getting ready to go back to college come fall. So anyway, he really didn't have anything for me to do as far as a specific job. I became the jack of all trades. Just, if you need something done, when we're road tripping from one farm or one field to another, the combines can't take the header down the road. You got to detach it, put it on that trailer, and the pickup pulls the header trailer. Well, you need somebody to drive that, so I did that. Breakdowns, there was three breakdowns. The sickle, I showed the one about the sickle. Went into town and bought that. I was the parts runner. It's midday and guys are wanting something to eat. I jump in the pickup and run down to the Dairy Queen or something, buy dinner for everybody. Kirk bought it, I just picked it up. What else? I just kind of fill in wherever was needed, kind of thing. And I worked, I just didn't have a specific job. Okay, so come fall, that kid will probably be gone. So maybe he'll want me for the grain cart this fall. I don't know. We'll wait and see. Okay, that's one possibility. Second possibility is, hey, I found a truck tomorrow. I haven't. But oh wow, I found this perfect truck. I go buy the truck and go back to work. Went into town, not perfect truck though. I know, not perfect truck, but acceptable truck. Okay. I've talked about this before. Let me just hit the highlights real quick. Right now, because of the economy, because of everything that's going on in 2020, the economy is really cruddy for trucking. Back when the pandemic first hit, the grocery stores all lost all their food, sold out of all their food. People made a run on the grocery stores. And there was talk about, oh man, there's not enough truck drivers. Well, there's not in that for that grocery store chain, okay? And they're not going to hire a bunch of extra people just for a month to get the stores restocked. For one, they don't have the trucks to put them in. Their trucks are already full, busy all the time anyway. They had to go through the cycle of everybody went and hoarded everything off the shelf, and now they had to wait until people quit hoarding and the stock would come back up, and it's back up. You go to the grocery store now, everything's full, or most things are full. So, but because of all this, everything's slowed down. I mean, everything has slowed down. I mean, look at all the people that are sitting around doing nothing. Me. But no, just your average Joe, that construction worker or something. Well, they're not building any houses right now because you can't build a house without a mask, you know, stupid stuff. So anyway, anyway, the economy has slowed down. Factories have closed. They're reopening. Things are slowly getting back, hopefully. But then the more we came back, the more the pandemic went back up again. You know the whole story, you know. But anyway, with that said, yeah, there's truckers going down the road and everything, guys that have already got their jobs and all that. And they're having a hard time. A lot of drivers are having a lot of hard time. Owner-operators especially are having a hard time keeping the bills paid because there's not that much freight. And when there's not that much freight, the prices become a battle, you know. They're constantly fighting over prices, freight rates. So a guy might be able to go out and get a load, but it doesn't pay that good, you know, because there's 20 other guys trying to do it for less money. So with that, Joe the trucker that's got 1 or 10 trucks, man, things are not good right now. The last thing he's going to do is go buy a new trailer, you know. Well, that's what I did. I picked up brand new trailers at the factory and took them to dealerships. And the dealerships are like, we don't want them. We don't want any trailers right now because they'll just sit on our lot and, you know, go old. So they're not ordering. So there's just not, the economy has slowed way down, and because of that, buying new equipment is not at the height, at the peak of everybody's interest right now. Well, if that's the case, I could hurry up and buy a truck. Oh boy, I'll go out and buy a truck. I really don't like it, but I'll buy it and go out and get in it and go to Ohio and sit in a truck stop for 4 days waiting for a load. Get a little old short load down to North Carolina and then sit there for 4 days. And why am I saying that? Because the guys that are over there are doing that right now. The people at Choice, they're having a hard time keeping their guys busy. I asked them, I says, well, you know, you guys interested in me coming back? And he said, oh yeah, you're welcome back, but just, you know, be warned, there's not that good of freight right now. Okay, so I plan on going back. I need to buy a truck before I do that, but I'm not going to go out and buy a substandard or a truck that I'm not enthused about. It's okay, it'll do the job, but you know, whatever. So I'm going to wait until I find that right truck, okay? And guys have sent me emails, hey, what do you think about this truck? Well, I've already seen it. I've actually already called about them, you know. That doesn't mean don't send them, you know, send emails, because there's been a couple that I found that I didn't know about. They were on like Facebook and stuff like that, that I didn't know about. There was one out in Arizona that a guy sent me, and it kind of looked promising, but nah, it just wasn't quite right. Can't remember what it was about that truck. There was something about it I didn't care for. Speaking of trucks, here's one. This is something I'm kind of looking at right here, but I'm not looking at it. I mean, when I saw it, I go, oh, that's it, I found it. And then I called and, oh, well, never mind. Yeah, way too pricey. So here it is. It's a 2016 or 2015? I can't remember off the top of my head. But anyway, 2015 Kenworth W900, 180-inch sleeper. Beautiful blue. That's called Sovereign Blue in the Kenworth and Peterbilt order book. That's called a Sovereign Blue. That's the color of all the other trucks I've had, other than this last one, this burgundy truck I had. All my other trucks were blue in some way. That color blue and white, whatever. So I love the color. I love it's a Kenworth. I love this huge sleeper. It's 180 inch. It's like an apartment back there. I mean, it's got a stairwell coming up from the side. You don't even have to go through the cab to get in it. It's just, man, everything about it's wonderful. So I called about it, Yeah, we just dropped the price on that to $185. Ooh, what was it before? We had it at $215. Whoa. Well, they've already dropped the price to $185. They're probably not going to want to come down much more than that. That truck I would probably have spent as high as $120 on, but you know, they're not going to sell it for that. So I don't know. It was a nice truck. It had two problems. It's a 2015, which means it has emissions on it, and it had an automatic transmission. So I probably would have dealt with it if the price was right, but I'm not going to spend that much money on a truck. How much am I going to spend? How about 75, 95, somewhere in that range is where I'm looking, you know. You get much lower than 75, you get down into the $30,000 and $40,000 range, they're worn out junk, just hunk of junk trucks. Some truck that some guy has run the tar out of is getting older and retiring, and he just wants to get rid of it, you know, and he hasn't put any money into it because he knew he was getting ready to retire, things like that. And it just, they're a junk truck. There's too many problems with them. So what am I going to do? Well, I'm going to wait until I find that right truck. When I find it, I'll know it. I'll go, ah, that's it. I thought I found one over in North Carolina. It was in the price range. It was the right year. Had manual transmission. There's so many things about it. It was wonderful. It was seafoam green, and I'd show it to you, but apparently it's already been sold. It's not on the website anymore. But it was seafoam green. Oh, ugly, ugly, ugly green. It wasn't even a pretty, like an emerald green or a forest green or British racing green or something, you know. It was seafoam, just a really light pastel green. Ugly. Just, ugh. I couldn't get over the color. Kirk liked it, but I didn't like it at all. So passed on that one. So anyway, there's other trucks out there. People have sent me emails. Hey, did you see this one here? Yeah, okay, I saw that one. Are they? You see that one? Well, actually, that's a pretty good truck, but it's only got a 96-inch sleeper, and it doesn't have a shower in it, or something, you know, whatever. There's always something wrong. Or they want $90,000 for it, and it's got 1.8 million miles and has never had a proper overhaul. It's had, you know, rods and mains put in it or something, but not a proper overhaul. So, I mean, just all kinds of, each one of them I can pick apart and go, yeah, well, I'm getting too picky, but I don't have to be, I don't have to get a truck right today. That's what I'm trying to get, because there's not that much to do. Even if I bought it today, I probably wouldn't have much to haul right now. So why hurry up and get a truck that you're not happy with just to go out and not haul freight? So that's where I'm at right now on trucks. I am looking, when that truck, if it comes, I go home today and find it, oh, there it is, I'll be buying it. And you guys will be the first to know about it. And, but if it doesn't come along until December, well, so be it. It comes along until December. Okay, so enough of that. People were asking me about videos. What am I going to do as far as, not so much what I'm going to do, but where are the videos at? You didn't video anything for a week. And I came back from Arizona. I didn't video anything for a month. Remember that? Pretty much all of March. I didn't put a video out for right at 4 weeks because I didn't have anything to talk about. You know, I come home and I sit around and we just, well, now what? I don't know. What should I do? I don't know. Well, I'm not going to make a video just for the sake of, hey, it's Tuesday, I got to have a video out. You know, it's Friday, I got to have a video out. If I'm not going to make a video that's boring just so that just so I have a video to be put on the air. And where am I going with that? It's hot. I lose my concentration when I'm sweaty and hot and constantly wiping sweat out of my eyes. So yeah, I didn't make a video for a month. And then before I went up to weed harvest, I got out here, I kind of got done with the trailer. I didn't make a video for a week, and people are like, what happened to the trailer? Well, nothing. It got to be 98 degrees out here, and I got tired of the stinking heat, so I stayed home. You know, I probably ought to do that's a video I could probably do. I come out here in the morning, pull that trailer out, and actually do an overview of the trailer. Kind of a, hell, well, this is what I've got here, okay? I didn't do that, but that's because the weather just, it was 85, 90, 95, 92, and then all of a sudden it went to 98, 98, 99, 99, 90, you know, all that whole week was nothing but heat, and I'm not going to go out there. I'm not, it's not enjoyable to come out and work on in the shop when it's this hot. So, so that comes, well, make a video at home doing something. Well, I'm not really doing anything at home except watching TV, sitting around in the air conditioner, eating, getting fat. So, I mean, I thought, well, okay, I'll wait till weed harvest. Well, it just so happened the guy called me about the gravel, so I went out and made a video about the gravel trucks coming in. I made a video about me spreading it. And somebody said, well, yeah, you didn't make a video of spreading the whole thing. Well, who wants to watch me spread a whole driveway of gravel? It'd be a boring video, you know. I showed you that the trucks were coming in. I showed you that I was spreading it. And I thought that was good enough, you know. You knew that something was happening. Well, how did it end up? Well, this is how it ended up. Gravel, nice and level. So, maybe I'm off. Maybe I'm not getting it. I don't know. There's a handful of people out there that I could... Hey, I found a dirt clod. Look at that dirt clod. Isn't that an interesting dirt clod? Yeah, that is. Wow, look at this dirt clod. And you'll watch it. There are some people that will watch anything I put out because they really enjoy it. But the masses don't. You got to put stuff out that kind of everybody would like. And me spreading gravel is not one of them. I don't think. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I am wrong. I don't know. I didn't think anybody would want to watch me drive a truck. I made videos for my mom. This all started over 3 years ago. This all started with me making videos for my mom. I tell you what, I'll make a video and put it on YouTube for you. Oh, okay. And all of a sudden people started subscribing to it and watching it. I'm like, what? Why are people watching me drive a truck? You know, I made them for my mom, and everybody started watching the things. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I that's where it grew from, you know. So I don't know, maybe I am missing something. Maybe people do want to watch just the mundane things. I don't know. I always tried to make videos that were, let me teach you something, or let me show you something interesting. And here's this, you know, the windmill or something like that. You know, a lot of people live in the city or something, have never been up close to these windmills. So I made a video of windmills one time, you know. Made a videos going out to Key West. There's a lot of people haven't been to Key West, you know. So I drove out there. Things like that. I mean, whatever I thought was interesting, I'd make a video out. Well, I'm getting to places where I don't think there's anything interesting. You know, I can't think of anything that would be interesting, and I have a hard time making a video about it. I guess one of the things would be like, if I'm really interested in something, it comes off that I'm interested in it. Okay, and if I'm not interested in it, I'm kind of bored. Not bored, but I don't have the enthusiasm. Oh man, look. Okay, well, I'll do this again. All right, here's a rock. All right, this is a bad video. Yeah, I got a rock here, and it's, wow. Oh, that's an asphalt rock. It's all right. It's a rock. That's a bad video. A good video is I'm really interested in. Oh man, look at this. This is an asphalt rock, and this is how they make the asphalt. Look at this. And I tell you something, really, I'm interested in it, so it comes across to you. Okay, and it becomes a good video. If I'm not interested in it, it doesn't come across that I am interested in it, and you realize it subconsciously. You'll know that I'm not interested in it, and it's not a good video. And I'm not interested in making that. So anyway, okay, so for you, just real quick, for you people that were wondering about the rock spreading, okay, here it is. I spread the rock with the Bobcat, and you only get so smooth with the Bobcat. And then I got that, it's a rack from It's the end cap for a rack for a pallet system in a warehouse. And I took that and I drug it behind my lawnmower and used it as a drag and drug around here and smoothed everything out, the high points and the low points. Drug it up and down the driveway countless times and got it all nice and smoothed out. Tried as smooth as I could without a road grader, okay? So there's the gravel is done. While I had the Bobcat, I filled in this dirt behind this retaining wall, okay? Years ago, back when I was still running California, I had a customer out there and they were tearing out this retaining wall, okay? They were gonna do some do some stuff in their parking lot, and they were tearing this out. And the guy was picking them up and carrying them over and throwing them in the dumpster. I'm like, what are you doing? And he goes, oh, the boss doesn't want these, we're just throwing them away. I'm like, oh, I'll tell you what, here. And I gave him a handful of pallets. I stick them on these pallets, and when I get in, I'll bring them home. Or when I come out every week, I'll grab some and take them home. So every week, I grab a small pallet of these paving stones or retaining wall stones, landscaping stones, whatever you want to call them. And I brought a whole bunch of them home, and I built this retaining wall around here and leveled this off. And I thought that'd be a good place if I had something in the back of my pickup, a motorcycle, dirt bike, lawnmower, something like that in the back of the pickup, I could back up. It becomes a loading dock kind of thing, but it just also kind of finishes it off, and it's free, so I took it, you know. Well, I got these retaining bricks after, this is 5 years ago. I had a Bobcat out here and I was doing all kinds of work. The yard out here was kind of unlevel. I leveled that all off and brought it out and landscaped or terraformed, I guess. I don't know what you'd call it, but I shaped the ground and kind of interesting it up, you know. And I had this built out, but it just dropped off. It didn't have a definite end here. It was at a 45-degree angle. And when I had the chance to get these bricks, I got them, but I'd already gotten rid of the Bobcat by then. I didn't have access to that. So I built the wall, but never backfilled it. So while I had the Bobcat last month, I backfilled that. I stole some dirt down here off of a terrace. There was a terrace that already broke through, so I just stole a little dirt around there and kind of smoothed it back out. And then there were 3 holes out here where I had tried to plant trees years ago. Back 5 years ago, when I built that pond down there, I was digging it out with that Bobcat, and there were some trees in the way, and I had to kill these trees. And I thought, hey, let's try to transplant them. So I tried to dig as big a root ball as I could, and I brought them up here, and I dug holes and planted them up here, and I had 3 trees out here. And I watered the heck out of them, but they didn't take. They died. So anyway, I pulled the trees out, and there was a cavity in the ground out there for years. And I just mowed around them and stuff. And so now that I had the Bobcat, I filled those in. So that's the stuff I did with that Bobcat. Kind of patched up some scars on the ground, filled in the back, backfilled this retaining wall, and I spread the gravel around. So that's what I did there. What else? I guess this was probably enough. I guess the point of this whole video was to show you I'm trying to come up with ideas to do until the day comes where I've got regular content again. That will be the trucking stuff. And once I get back into the trucking, which might be next week, it might be January, I don't know. Whenever I find that right truck and I buy it. Once I get back into trucking, the videos will be more like they were years ago. I'm sorry about it. This year has been sucky for me. It's been sucky for everybody, trust me. I mean, everybody knows that. 2020 is going to go down as one of the worst years. That the way we talk about the Great Depression, nowadays we look back at the Great Depression, there will be documentaries about this year. You're living history right now, if you think about it. So, for you younger people, one of these days you're going to be an old fart. You're going to have your grandkids and great-grandkids, and you'll be able to tell them stories about the big pandemic. So, and some of how we all banded together, or how it was so stupid. I probably shouldn't get into that. That starts getting into like political and everything, and I don't like to do that on this channel. But yeah, I have a real sneaky suspicion. I'm going to leave you with this. I got a real sneaky suspicion the pandemic is going to end on November 4th.